I want to share my experiences being raised in a narcissistic family. Specifically, these stories are going to be about my father. Now, I've shared some of these things before, and I don't remember what I have shared and what I haven't. But I thought I should at least start through the beginning and work my way through. Now, I want to make it clear that narcissists are not capable of learning about their children. As a child growing up, and all the way to now at 43 years old, now that I do not talk to my family members, they're all so extremely, horribly, dangerously narcissistic, except for my half sister. And she and I don't speak just because she never really reached out or spoke to me or anything. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and just let that go. I'm not gonna try and work on that. That's gone. But my full-blooded sister, who's created her whole fake religion on YouTube, she is a psychopath. She got that from my father, who's a pedophile rapist, terrible person, beat me senselessly every day through my whole life. Um, as far back as I can remember, and almost all of my memories are my father viciously attacking me with the look of murder in his eyes. Um, just being so harmful, excuse me, so harmful and vicious towards a very innocent, very loving empath little boy. As far back as I can remember, to about 3, my father would hit me with everything he had as hard as he could. A fat, obese white man. There's a tiny, darling little boy that was just malnourished, underweight. Hit him with all he had, always. Wasn't allowed out of the house. Wasn't allowed to go to school. I was just strictly there, meant to beat. For my sister, she was allowed to hit me, my mom, and my father. And I was there to verbally attack and knock down. All of them called me stupid all the time. It was not good. Um, so growing up, I remember when my parents would give my things away, even my most favorite things. I could go as far back to Chuck E. Cheese. I had a Chuck E. Cheese t-shirt and I loved it. I loved Chuck E. Cheese. I thought he was so cool. And later I'd find that they would have given that away, my favorite toys away. Everything was always given away. And it's difficult when you're a child, and especially an empathic child like I was, because it's not like those were just physical things. They weren't. Those were things. Those were physical um, things that had a emotional attachment, a sentimental attachment to other people. The people who would have gifted it to me for my birthday or Christmas. If my parents brought someone else over and it was another kid that I would play with and they played with that toy, it was attached to that. And they were throwing away and giving away my memories. And that's how I thought as a child. I've learned now as an adult when losing everything, all of my stuff, multiple times by my parents. They kicked me out of the house and then threw away all of my belongings. They're like, oh, it's just stuff. because to them it's like, you don't understand, Justin. If it's yours and it's valuable to you, but it's not ours, it doesn't matter. And that's how they think. They're like, don't you understand that it was yours and your sentimental stuff and precious to you? So who cares? That's the mindset. Remember, a narcissist is very incapable of empathy or thinking out of the realm of what do you call it? I can't remember what it was. They had a girlfriend that was this thing. Um, Terrible relationship. Lasted only, I think it only lasted 4 or 5 months. Like it was a short relationship. Um, Superficial. Narcissists are very superficial. So they can have something that is so meaningful and meaningful to the whole family. Pictures of memories of them and their siblings, the only ones left, and just be like, and throw it away and put room for their new TV or whatever. It's really scary. Really, it's a scary mindset, I know, but it's true. It's how they function. My father, I remember growing up, we had a pool. It was in Pomona, California. And I was always afraid he would throw me in the pool because he knew I couldn't swim. Um, I had a phobia of swimming for a while because when I was, I'm not sure what age, I'm not sure what age. Again, it was before I ever went to kindergarten. I was not put in preschool. My sister was. But I remember my mom would take me and my sister down the street for swimming lessons. And it was one woman. Sometimes she would have her friend with her. And they would have probably about 20 kids in this pool. And we would always be about to drown. And they'd hold us up and be like, just swim, swim, learn to swim. And my mom would just drop us off there with these strangers so she could have her alone time at the house. And that feeling, man, that feeling of being around these two women who had absolutely no idea how to teach us. And when I would ask exactly how to swim, they would just get angry at me and just say, flap your arms and your legs, swim, just swim. That's what they would say and be angry at me. My face would keep going underneath the water and I'd struggle to stay up. I was just wishing that they would tell me what to do, how to swim, and they just refused to do it. But at that point, I was just very afraid of the water. And my dad, knowing that I could not swim, he would, okay, the entrance is the other side. He would grab me, and the way that he would throw me in the pool was not like he picked me up and threw me. He would grab me and swing around and throw me up in the air. This tiny little child would be spinning in the air, and I'd be screaming, absolutely terrified. And bam! That slap of the water would sting my face and get up in my nose, and I'd be in a panic, flapping, just trying to stay up. And he would always do this, and he would always say that he did not know I knew how to swim. Anyway, that's just going to be part one for now.